Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, this is our fourth session for profit and loss. I hope you might have revised all the previous sessions of the topic. Let's begin to take some new concepts in this session. Let's see this problem. A dealer sold an article at a loss of 2.5%. Had he sold it for more rupees 100, he would have gained 7.5%. Friends, here he is making a loss. Here he wishes to make a profit. Okay, so what is the difference between these two? It is 7.5% profit and it is 2.5% loss. So the total difference between these two is 10%. Okay, that is the difference between these two, and it is equivalent to 100 rupees. That means difference in his earning is 10%, and which is actually 100 rupees. Now 100% will be rupees 1000, and that is nothing but his cost price. Since profit is always the part of cost price. Okay, so this is the cost price. Now we have to find the price, find the selling price for 12.5% profit. Now 12.5% is what? It is 1/8. Okay, so precisely we have to find out 9/8 of this. That is 1 plus 1/8 is 9/8. Okay, so that means the selling price is 112.5% of cost price, or we can say 9/8 of cost price. So 1000 into 9/8. It's 125 into 9, or we can say 1125. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. Now let's see this problem. The cash difference between the selling prices of an article at a profit of 4% and 6% is rupees 3. Now difference in profit in percentage is 2%, and that is equal to rupees 3. Okay, difference in selling price is definitely produce profit or loss. So here in this case there are two profit datas. One is 4% and other is 6%, and the difference between them is equivalent to rupees 3. That is the difference between the selling prices. Okay, so if 2% is 3, that is the profit difference between the previous profit and the new profit is 3. That means 100% will be 150. Okay, now friends, it will be the cost price of the article. Now we have to calculate the selling prices at 4% profit and 6% profit. So if the profit is 4%, the selling price will be 104% of 150. So it is 104%. Okay, and since we have to find out the ratio, I'm just writing it as it is. And when the profit is 6%, the selling price will be 106% of 150. Okay, so we can calculate the ratio. It's 52/53. Okay, friends, you should keep this thing in mind, that the difference in profit is the profit is always calculated on the cost price. So whatever the data we are getting over here is the cost price. Do not make a mistake by assuming it to be selling price. Selling price, once again, you have to calculate while considering these data. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. Now let's see this problem. A shopkeeper sells two watches for rupees 308 each. On one he is getting 12% of profit, and on other he is making 12% loss. We have to find out his profit or loss in the entire transaction. Friends, his selling price is 2 into 308. Okay, and the cost price for the first watch is 308 by 1.12, and the cost price of other is 308 by 0.88, since here is a 12% loss and here is a 12% profit. Now this is the selling price by cost price ratio. Okay, so let's calculate it. It's 2 into 308 over 308. I can take as common. It will be 0.88 plus 1.12. Divide by 0.88 into 1.12, which will be shifted over here. Okay. Now 1.12 plus 0.88 is 2. So this 2 will get cancelled from this. So it is the final calculation. Okay. If you calculate this, you will be getting the selling price by cost price ratio, and the data after 1 or below 1 will give you the profit or loss part. Okay, this is what the regular method is. Okay, now if you just see that the selling price of both the watches is same as in this case, then and if the profit percent and loss percent is also same, that means there will be overall a loss. Okay, since if it is x% profit and x% loss, then the overall loss is given by x square by 100%. So in this case it will be 12 square by 100%, that is 1.44% loss. Okay, it will always be a loss. So it's 1.44%, so it is this. Okay. You should be careful that the selling price should be same. If the cost price is same and on one he is making x% profit and on the other he is making x% loss, then there will be no profit, no loss in the transaction. Okay, so you should be careful about it. Now further in this question, the selling price of the two flats is same, that is 1.995 lakh, and on one he is making 5% profit and on other he is losing 5%. So definitely there will be a loss, which is given by x square by 100%. So in this case it is 5 square by 100%, or we can say 0.25% loss. Okay, provided the selling price is same. So the selling price is same in this case. Okay. So you should not go for any sort of paperwork to solve this sort of problems. Now friends, let's see this question. A man sells two commodities for rupees 4,000 each, neither losing nor gaining in the deal. If he sold one commodity at a gain of 25%, the other commodity is sold at a loss of. Okay, that means the total cost price, the total selling price is 8,000. That means the total cost price is also 8,000. Okay. Now the one commodity is being sold at 25% profit. Okay, that means SP by CP ratio for this is 5 by 4, or we can say 1.125%. So it's 5 by 4. Now if selling price is 4,000, we can find out the cost price of first commodity. So it is 4,000 into 4 by 5 is selling cost price of first commodity. So it is 3,200. Now the total cost price was 8,000 and the cost price of first is 3,200. That means the cost price of the other commodities 4,800. Okay. Now if selling price is 4,000 and cost price is 4,800, that means there is a loss of 800 rupees over 4,800 into 100. Okay, so it is 100 by 6, that is 16.2 by 3% loss. Okay, I hope you are clear. Just go logically, no more calculations, no more formula usage required. Now further, the selling price is same and on one product the person is making X% loss and on other he is making X% profit. So in overall transaction he'll be making X square by 100% loss, that is 20 square, that is 20 into 20 by 100% loss, that is 4% loss. Okay, now 4% loss is there and we have to find the loss in rupees. Now since there is a 4% loss, the SP and CP ratio will be 0.96 and selling price is the total selling price is 2 lakh. Okay, so 2 lakh by cost price, the total cost price is equal to 0.96. Okay, that means the cost price, the total cost price will be 200/96. Okay, now we have to find out the loss amount. So the loss amount will be 4% of this, so it is 200/96 into 4, since we are making 4% loss. So it's 1/12 lakh rupees. Okay, since we are writing this data in lakhs, so 1/12 lakh rupees loss. Okay, I'm sure you are clear. Now friends, let's see this problem. This person, that Jatin, bought a refrigerator with 20% discount on the labeled price. Had he bought it with 25% discount, he would have saved rupees 500. Okay, now what is the labeled price of the refrigerator? Friends, the difference in discount is 5% and that is equivalent to 500. Okay, and discount is always calculated on the labeled price. So this 5% is actually 500. That means 10% is 1000. That means 100% is 10,000. Okay, 5% is 500, 10% is 1000, 100% is 10,000. That is the marked price. Okay, or if you are not clear about this logic, I just elaborate it by taking a variable. I assume that the mark price is X. Now if I am taking 20% discount, that means I am paying 80% of the mark price, that is 0.8x. And if I am taking 25% discount, I am taking the refrigerator at 0.75% of cost price. Okay, so it is 0.7 and 0.75% of labeled price. So it's this, and the difference between these two prices is rupees 500. Okay, so 0.05x is 500. That means x, that is the printed price, is 500/0.05. So it's 10,000. Okay, I'm sure you are clear. Now this is a case of successive discount. A manufacturer offers 20% rebate on the mark price of a product and the retailer offers another 30% rebate on the reduced price. Okay, so the two reductions are equivalent to. Okay, now suppose the mark price is rupees 100. Okay, after 20% rebate, the reduced price is rupees 80, and on this 80 rupees, this retailer is further offering 30% rebate. Okay, so what is 30% of this? It is 24 rupees. So the price after this is 56. Okay, so we started from 100 and we are getting it for 56. So what is the discount? That is 44, and in percentage terms we can say it is 44% discount. Okay, now let's say this problem. Successive discounts of 10%, 12% and 15% amount to a single discount of. Now suppose the price is 100 rupees, that is the printed price is 100 rupees. So let's begin it with 100. Now, after 10% discount, we are left with 90% of the price. Okay. Now the second discount, that is the next discount, will be calculated on this. Now the next discount is 12% and we are calculating the discount on this. So 12% of this will be discount. So we are left with 88% of this price. Now in the next step, we'll be getting 15% discount on this. So we are left with 85% of this. So after 3 successive discount, we have to pay this much amount. Okay. Now what is the final amount that we have to pay? Let's calculate. It is 67.32. Okay. So from printed price as 100, we are to pay 67.32. That means 36.68 rupees or 36.68% is the discount. Okay. I hope you are clear. Now let's say this question. List price of an article at a showroom is rupees 2000 and it is being sold at successive discounts of 20% and 10%. What is its net selling price? Okay. Now first of all, let's calculate 20% discount on 2000, that is 400. That means after one discount, the price is 1600. After that, the 10% discount is there. So 16 on 1600 rupees, 160 will further be deducted. So 1600 minus 160, that is the final price is 1440 rupees. Okay. Now let's say this question. Two shopkeepers announced the same price of rupees 700 for a sewing machine. The first offers successive discounts of 30% and 6%, while the second offers the discount of 20 and 16. Let's see who is offering more discount. So if we talk about the first one, first of all, he's giving 30% discount. That means if the initial price is 100 rupees, then after first discount, the price will be 70 rupees. And on that 70 rupees, he's further giving a discount of 6%. So 6% of 70 rupees is 4.2. That means from 70, we need to deduct 4.2. So 70 minus 4.2 will be 65.8. Okay. So in all, we are getting the discount as 34.2%. Okay. And with the second shopkeeper, he's giving first of all 20% discount. So after first discount, the price is 80 rupees. On that 80 rupees, he is giving 16% discount. That means further we are getting a discount of 12 rupees 80 paisa. That means 80 minus 12 rupees 80 paisa is 67.2 rupees we have to pay finally. So what is the discount we are getting over here? It's 32.8%. Okay. Now who is giving more discount? This person, the first shopkeeper, is giving more discount. And what is the difference between these two? That is 32.8 minus 34.2%. So the difference in discount is 1.4%. I'm sorry, it is 32.8 and it is 34.2. Okay. So it's 1.4%. Now we have to calculate the discount on 700. So 700 into 1.4% is 9.8 rupees. So the difference between their prices is 9.8 rupees. I hope you are clear. Now let's see this question. A trader marked the price of his commodity so as to include a profit of 25%. He allowed discount of 16% on the mark price. What is his actual profit? Let his cost price be X rupees. Okay. Or we can say it is 100 rupees. Now his he wishes to have 25% profit. That means the mark price is 125% of this. Now what 125% is 5 by 4. So this is the marked price. Okay. Now he's giving a discount of 16%. Okay. So what is the price after discount? It is 84% of this. Okay. So the final price is 105 rupees. Okay. His cost price was rupees 100 and now he is getting 105 as selling price. So his actual profit is 5 rupees, or we can say 5%. I hope you are clear. Now let's say this question. A tradesman marks his goods 30% above the CP. If he allows a discount of 6 1 by 4%, then his gain percent is. Now what is 6 1 by 4%? It is 1 by 16. Okay. Now let's his cost price is rupees 100 and his mark price is 130% of his cost price. So it's 13 by 10 of cost price. Now he is giving a discount of 6 1 by 4%. That is 1 by 16 he is giving discount. That means of this price actually he is getting 15 by 16. Okay. So this is the final price which he is charging. Okay. So it's, now let's calculate it. Now it is 121.7 by 8. Okay. That means from 100 as cost price, the selling price is 121.7 by 8. That means the percentage profit is 21.7 by 8%. Okay. The price of an article is raised by 30% and then two successive discounts of 10% each are allowed. Ultimately, the price of the article is. Now, first of all, let the price is 100 rupees. Initial price is 100 rupees and we are giving an increment of 30%. That means it is 130% of this price, or we can say 13 by 10. Now, the price after first discount of 10% will be 90% of this price. Then the price after the second discount will be further 90% of this price. So we have to calculate this. Okay. So it is 13 into 9 into 9 by 10. So it is 105.3. Okay. So we started from 100 and we are reaching at 105.3. That means finally the price is increased by 5.3%. Okay. No formula, nothing else is required. Just a simple calculation, a simple logic is there. Now let's see this question. By selling an umbrella for rupees 300, a shopkeeper gains 20%. During a clearance sale, the shopkeeper allows a discount of 10% on the mark price. So first of all, friends, let's find out the cost price of this umbrella. So for if he's selling for 300, he's making a profit of 20%. That means the cost price is, that is, or you can say SP by CP is 120%, or we can say 6 by 5. Now if SP is 300, CP will be 250 rupees. Okay. Now selling price is 300, cost price is 250. Okay. Now the marked price is 300. Selling price and marked price, both of them will be same. So if the marked price is 300 and during the clearance sale, the shopkeeper is giving a discount of 10% on this price. Okay. So after 10% discount, the selling price will be 270 rupees. Okay. Now the cost price is 250 and the selling price is 270 even in the time of sale. Okay. So what's the profit? It is 20 rupees. 20 rupees profit over cost price 250, and we have to calculate the percentage profit. So it is 8% profit. Okay. Now let's see this question. The cost price of an article is 64% of the mark price. Calculate the gain percent after allowing a discount of 12%. Now cost price is equal to 64 by 100 of marked price. Okay. Now we have to find out the gain percent after allowing a discount of 12%. So after allowing a discount of 12% on the mark price, we are left with 88% of mark price. Okay, this is what the question is. Okay. Now this is the selling price. Now we just find out the SP by CP ratio. So it is 88 by 64. I mean this divided by this. Okay. So it is 8 by 8 plus 3 by 8. So the profit part is 3 by 8. If 1 by 8 is 12.5%, 3 by 8 will be 37.5%. I hope you are clear. SP by CP, and the data after 1 is the profit part, which is 37.5% here. Now let's see this question. At what percent above the cost price must a shopkeeper mark his goods so that he gains 20% even after giving a discount of 10% on the mark price? Friends, this is a very common question, and a good number of formulae are given in various books to solve this type of questions. But what I would recommend you, do not go for any sort of formulae. It's just a simple logical problem which we come across in our even day-to-day life. Okay. Otherwise, what happen in the time of exam, since there are thousands of formula in entire quantitative aptitude. Okay. So you'll be getting confused which formula to be used at which place. So as far as possible for you, just go logically. Okay. Now, just assume the cost price to be 100 rupees. It's cost price. And we want a profit of 20%. That means our selling price must be 120. Okay. This selling price is after giving a discount of 10% on the mark price. That means if mark price is MP, on this price we are giving 10% discount. So 90% of it is the selling price, which is 120 over here. So just we calculate the mark price. It is 133 1 by 3 rupees. Now the cost price is 100 rupees and the mark price is 133 1 by 3 rupees. That means mark price is 33 1 by 3% more than the cost price. As simple as that. I would just recommend you once again, do not use any sort of formula. Okay. Now, similar question. At what price should a shopkeeper mark a radio that cost him rupees 1200 in order that he may offer a discount of 20% on the mark price and still make a profit of 25%? Now 25% profit, that means the selling price must be 125% of this, or what 125% is? It is 5 by 4. So the selling price must be 5 by 4 of it. Okay. Now this must be the selling price after giving a discount of 20%. That means it is 80% of the marked price, or we can say 4 by 5th of marked price. So we can calculate the marked price from it. So marked price is equal to 1200 into 5 by 4 into 5 by 4. Okay. So it's 75 into 25. No formula can give you shorter method than this. Okay, so it is 1875 is the final answer. I hope you are clear. Now let's take a similar problem. A shopkeeper earns a profit of 12% on selling a book at 10% discount. Okay. We have to find out the ratio of cost price to mark price or printed price. Now suppose the cost price of the book is rupees 100. Okay. Then selling price will be 112% of this, or we can say 1.12 of this, as we are getting 12% profit. Now this is the selling price and we are getting a discount of 10% on the printed price. That means it is actually 90% of the printed price, or we can say mark price. Okay. Now we can calculate the printed price or mark price. So it's 1120 by 9. Okay. Now this is mark price and 100 is the cost price. So we can find out the ratio. It's 100 by 1120 into 9. Okay. So it is 45 by 56. I hope you are getting my point. Just go logically as far as possible. Okay. By selling an article at 2/5 of the mark price, there is a loss of 25%. The ratio of mark price and the cost price of the article is, let's assume the cost price to be 100 once again. And since we are making a loss of 25%, that means the selling price is rupees 75. Now this is 2/5 of the mark price. So what is the mark price? It is 5 into 75 by 2. Now we have to find out the ratio of mark price to cost price. So it is 5 into 75 by 2 by cost price. And what is the cost price? It is rupees 100. So it is 15:8. As simple as that. If you wish to make use of formula, friends, believe me, in recalling you will be taking 20 to 30 seconds, and in 30 to 40 seconds you can directly solve this problem without use of formula. So let's take the next problem now. Now let's see this question. A trader marked the selling price of an article at 10% above the cost price. Now let's assume the cost price to be 100. That means marked price must be 110. Okay. At the time of selling, he allows certain discount and suffers a loss of 1%. He allowed a discount of. Okay. That means finally the selling price is rupees 99, since we are getting 1% loss. Okay. Now if the mark price is 110 and selling price is 99, the loss is 11 rupees. Okay. Now 11 rupees was discount on 110. That means the percentage discount is 10%. Okay. I hope you are clear. Now similar problem once again. Friends, I would just recommend you just pause the session, do the problem on your own, then match your solution and final answer with mine. A shopkeeper fixes the mark price of an item 35% above its cost price. Let's assume the cost price to be 100. Then the mark price is 135. Okay. And the percentage of discount allowed to gain 8%. That means the selling price must be 108. Now what is the difference between these two prices? It is 27 rupees difference. Okay. Now 27 is what percent of 135? We have to calculate. Okay. So it's 20% less than this 135. That means 20% discount should be given to make a profit of 8%. Okay. Now let's see this interesting question. A trader marked his goods at 20% above the cost price. He sold half the stock, that means 50%, at the mark price, 1/4 at a discount of 20%, and rest at a discount of 40% on the mark price. His total gain is. Now friends, let's assume the cost price is rupees 100 per piece. We assume that these are articles over here, so it will be easy for us to calculate. Okay, and number of articles is also 100, so the total amount is 100 into 100, 10,000. Okay, so 10,000 is the total amount spent by that particular person. Okay, now the marked price is rupees 120. Okay, so it is 20% above the cost price, so marked price is rupees 120. Now half the stock, that means 50 pieces, he is selling at the rate of 120, that means on the mark price itself, so he'll be getting 6,000 rupees. Now 1/4, that is 25 pieces, he is selling at 20% discount on the mark price. So if we give 20% of discount on 120, then the price after discount will be 80% of it, and that is actually 96 rupees. Okay, so it is 96 into 25. So it is 2400. Remaining 25 articles at the rate of he's getting 40% discount. So 40% discount on 120, that means 60% of 120, that is 72 rupees. Okay, so it's the price. Okay, now the total price which is getting 10,200 rupees. The cost price is 10,000 and the selling price is 10,200. So the profit is 200 rupees over 10,000 into 100. So it's 2% profit. I hope you are clear. A very simple mathematic calculation. Friends, I hope you might have enjoyed this session, and definitely you are solving the problems with me, and I'm sure you have got a good grip on profit and loss topic. Friends, we'll be taking more such cases and even the cases of frauds in measurement, frauds in weight, length, and various other cases. So do revise this particular session and the previous sessions of profit and loss, so you'll feel comfortable in the next session. Till then, bye-bye.